Hello lovelies, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to me. It has been a while. I am going to kill two birds with one stone today and crimp my hair, well, it's not a good look, while I update you on everything that has been going on in my absence, which has been quite a while, but things got real chaotic there. When is my life ever not chaotic, but extra chaotic? So, let me get my tools so I don't ramble for a million years and then we'll get started. My tools largely being the pointy end of a makeup brush. I actually filmed this video, today's Friday, I filmed this video on Wednesday, and then ended up just deciding that I absolutely hated it and I wanted to re-record it because it was just it was kind of overwhelmingly negative, which I did realize halfway through recording and tried to sort of turn it around, but then it just, I don't know, I just wasn't vibing with it and I decided that's not really what I want to put out there. And it is partially because the past couple of months of my life have been pretty overwhelmingly negative, so it's, if my scalp looks weird, it's because I dyed it yesterday. My hair, not my scalp, but you know. That's a side effect. Yeah, so it's it's kind of hard not to have any negativity in a video updating everyone on what has been going on since I've been gone, but I don't know, I feel like it could be a lot better than it was and I can try to sort of turn it around a little bit, and so that's what I'm doing today. Also, it's weird, on Wednesday I woke up and I was like, oh my god, I'm sick, I had some sort of cold or whatever, but it seemed to really just be Wednesday and now I'm fine, so I was kind of extra foggy and ugh, and just very spacey. Not to say that I am perfectly not spacey right now. My brain has been soup ever since the move, but I'm feeling better than I was on that particular day. I will say, London is bloody hot and I have been struggling. I think I just run really hot in general, which kind of sucks because when it's hot, I'm dying, and when it's cold, you would think it would help, but I feel I feel the cold so much worse. I don't know. I'm never a comfortable temperature. But I did. Yeah, so obviously, when I last left off with y'all, it was an update on the whole move situation, which largely, other than a couple of days from my birthday, consumed my entire life for a while there. And it was horrendously stressful and kind of messed up a lot of things in my life because I just wasn't doing well. I was not in a good mental space. I was just hella stressed and didn't really have time to see people, and any sort of emotions in general were just extremely heightened, because I'm not exaggerating at all when I say I was pretty close to an actual nervous break. So yeah, it was all just a bit And now I feel kind of almost every area of my life is so out of whack. My health isn't super great. Whenever I get back from London here, I'm in London right now, whenever I get back from London I have a bunch of blood tests to get, so that's something. I just I feel my relationships and stuff took a hit during that, and obviously, I think YouTube probably took the biggest hit, which sucks, because, you cannot be gone from YouTube for as long as I've been gone without it damaging your channel, without it pissing people off. At the end of the day, your problems are your problems, and sure, a lot of my viewers are very caring and, understand, but then there's also going to be people who are just pissed off, blah, 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 she never uploads, I'm subscribing, or unsubscribing, blah, blah, blah. And, that happens. I have to say, although, one thing I want to bring up right now that I realized a couple of weeks ago, I'm not talking about the people who have purposely unsubscribed because they're pissed off that I don't upload or whatever other reason. YouTube is unsubscribing people from my channel, quite a lot of people who don't want to be unsubscribed. And I actually found this out because they did it to my mum, of all people, who obviously did not intentionally unsubscribe from me. And she messaged me YouTube has unsubscribed me, you need to get them to sort this stuff out, which unfortunately I don't have the power to do. But I was I wonder if this is happening to a lot of people. And so I put it out on some of my other social media, Instagram and TikTok. I've had literally hundreds of people comment being oh my god, I just checked, and yeah, I've been unsubscribed. I just thought you hadn't uploaded in a year, blah, blah, blah. So many people, literally hundreds of people, have been unsubscribed, and that's only the people who happen to have seen those social media posts. Imagine how many people have been unsubscribed who maybe don't follow me on Instagram and have no idea and just think that I just disappeared. So I'm super annoyed at that. It makes it really disheartening and makes me not want to use YouTube, the platform, just because I'm why do you cause so many problems? I feel YouTube just doesn't care about its users a lot of the time, and it's really frustrating. But yes, the move. I didn't film any of the moving process because it was just I was already at my limit. If I had have added trying to vlog on top of that, I would have actually just passed away. But it is generally over. There's probably some like residual stress to deal with because, as I've mentioned, the landlord of the previous place is an awful person. And oh, if you can see my nose piercings don't match right now, it's because I want to put other ones in, but the other ones are a little bit thicker, so I have these in to sort of like loosen up the holes first. Yeah, my landlord from that last place is genuinely a pretty awful person and just loves to do like illegal stuff and lie and cause problems. So I feel like the problems there are probably not over, but we'll see. I actually only got fully finished and handed in the keys the day I flew to London. Like, don't worry, my hair's not burning, it's just steam. Yeah, so I handed in the keys the day that I flew to London, like that morning. So that chapter is officially closed. I think like because it was all such a mad rush and so stressful and I was like dealing with this insane woman and all the rest, it didn't really hit me until like actually quite recently because I'm going back to Northern Ireland soon. And I was like, starting to think about like what I need to do whenever I get back, as I always do whenever I'm going home after a trip. I'm like, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that. And I was envisioning doing things like, oh, I need to do the laundry, I need to do that. I was envisioning doing all that like in my old house because that's, where I've always been returning to. And it kind of hit me like, oh, no, that's gone. I'm actually never going to go back there ever again. And that's like a super weird feeling. The place that was my home for the past 2 years and the place that like was a pretty big deal for me. It was the first time ever living completely alone. And like you guys were there for that whole process and like what a relief it was when I finally got in there and everything after all the bullshit that happened. Like it is kind of weird that I will never go back there. I think I'd be more upset if like all the stuff with that landlord hadn't made me like emotionally disconnect from that place so hard, but it's still a weird feeling. So, but yeah, it's done. Chapter's closed. I managed to move all my stuff out. I spent a couple of days with my mum, like making sure the place was scrubbed from top to bottom, every corner bleached, despite what the landlord is trying to say, but as if I didn't get evidence of that. We worked our asses off with that shit, I have to say. So yeah, and now I am into the new place. So the new living situation, it's like certainly not ideal, but it works for me. I am still living alone. I don't have like roommates or anything. I don't know, like I've never had a roommate. I've only ever lived like, out with my parents and then with a partner for like 11 years, something like that. I've never had like a roommate. I've never lived with someone that I wasn't like with. I just don't know if I could at this point. I don't really know. It would be weird. But yeah, no, I'm living alone. The place I'm in, basically, like, it needs a lot of work done to it. But I'm kind of fine with that. Like, I don't really care a whole lot about anything other than, like, my bedroom. So my general plan is just I am making my bedroom really nice, cozy, a nice little place to retreat to anytime that I'm not over here in London. And then I'm not really going to bother, like, decorating the rest of the house or anything because the whole plan with this is that it's not going to be a permanent thing. Ideally in the next year or so I want to be moving here, so there's not really any sense. What's the hairbrush under my own thing? There's not any sense putting down like, any real roots and like putting a lot of effort into a place that I intend on leaving. So yeah, I'm back in Belfast now, which is honestly really nice because it was just such a faff being in Bangor for like so many reasons. And like one thing that I'm like super excited for, I think like living back in Belfast now is actually going to save me so much money, especially now that the move is over. Oh my god, because like it was already like the amount that I was spending on petrol living in Bangor in general was already like a lot, because anytime I wanted to see anyone, because like no one wants to come to fucking Bangor, I would have to drive to Belfast, which was like also frustrating because like if people are wanting to go out and like have drinks, which was like quite often the case, then I would just have to go and like not join in because I had to drive, and like that didn't feel super amazing. And yeah, so like it'd be like a lot of petrol and like you'd have to usually pay for parking and everything. And it's like really nice that I'm going to be living in Belfast now where I'm not going to be having to drive so much. And even like if I do want to like nip into the city centre because I need to like get something, I need to go buy hair dye or something from a shop in town, I can actually just hop on the bus now. There's a bus stop near my house, I can just go in town. I don't have to, I keep losing this, worry about paying for like petrol and parking. So like that is really good, especially because like during the move, oh my god, the amount I was having to spend on petrol between, because like I've got obviously the old house, the new house, and then the storage unit is like somewhere even further, so I was having to do so many like boop 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 boop, like all over the place. Oh, so I'm excited to save a bit of money on all that crap. But yeah, I'm looking forward to living in Belfast again, definitely. Bangor's really cute, but it wasn't really serving me to live there because like I wasn't really going out and about. It's not like I worked somewhere in Bangor. Like if I work from home, it doesn't really matter. So that's all very good. But yeah, I won't be doing like a house tour because as I say, like the place is like undergoing renovation stuff right now largely and everything, so I'm just going to focus on my bedroom. But I do plan on doing like a little sort of thing, like setting up my bedroom, making it cute. There's already some stuff in there because I had to like, you know, move stuff in, but it's largely undecorated and we're going to do that together. It might take a little while just because I have a bit back and forth from London at the minute, so it's just, you know, setting aside some time to really do that. But that is in my plans. I'm still not going to talk about all of the shit that the landlord was pulling in any detail at the minute because that's still an ongoing nuisance. But yeah, no, like, I do just want to touch on some stuff just because, like, it was a pretty hard couple of months. And, you know, I've always kind of shared a lot of aspects of my life with you guys, so obviously dealing with her was a lot. Like, my anxiety was through the roof. I actually had to be put back on anti-anxiety meds, like beta blockers and stuff, and like even with those I went to the doctor because like I said my health hadn't been super amazing through all of this. I went to the doctor and they like took my blood pressure and I warned them. I was like, oh, I've taken a propranolol, by the way, I don't know if that will affect my blood pressure, which has always been like perfect, by the way. I've always had like good blood pressure. But I was like, oh, I took propranolol, I don't know if that'll affect it. And she was like, oh, okay, good to know, like it'll probably just make it a little bit lower than usual. And I was like, cool. So she took my blood pressure and she was like, oh, actually you're kind of like on the cusp of it being high. And I'm like, can't imagine why. So yeah, that's not super great. Do you like the little headband situation I've got going on here? Is this a look? But yeah, so like that wasn't super great. So yeah, I had to be put back on anti-anxiety medication, fun and games. And then, you know, like doing the whole thing largely alone was really stressful. Thankfully, I did have a couple of friends who were really there for me, which I appreciate so much. And then I even had a couple of people actually fly over who like do not live in Ireland or Northern Ireland, like flew over to help me. Like I did a little vlog. I think Kuro saw that I was like having a hell of a time just like falling to pieces trying to do this move, and he was like, I'm come on over. So he hopped on a plane and he was here for a good few days, and we like powered through sorting out the space that I was moving into and then doing a bunch of the move stuff. I actually have like a video of us like vacuum sealing my mattress, which was like much less exciting than like fast forwarded is like a little cooler, but like whenever we were doing it, because I'm used to vacuum packing like bags of clothes and it's like such an immediate like shoop, that was really fun. I forgot like obviously with something as big as a mattress it's going to take a lot longer, so it was a bit underwhelming. But yeah, so he came over and helped me with all of that, which was super sweet. And then because, you know, he'd flown the whole way over to help with something like that, I then set aside one of those days and we had like a big adventure up the like Northern Ireland North Coast, the Antrim coast. It's like a place that has like all the really pretty scenery and like the Giant's Causeway, and we went to like this abandoned hospital and stuff. So we vlogged that, and I actually have that almost entirely edited. I think I just need to edit the last little end bit and then that is done, which is exciting. I also have one of my Glowup videos mostly edited. I actually just need to film a little end bit because I did like it was kind of right at the start of all this move stuff and shit got really chaotic before I could like finish it. So I just need to film like the end of that and then that is done. So that's a little bit late, but it's coming. I feel honestly though, I feel like I need to do another, like whether it's a video or just in general, I need like a glow up moment because I feel so scrambling. Look at these eye bags. I'm so stressed. And I definitely am like in that feeling of like, oh man, I wish I could make like a really like big, do like a lot of stuff, but I don't really know what that would be. If you have any fun ideas for a future glow up video of like things that you want me to try, leave a comment down below because I feel like I usually do like roughly the same things, but it would be fun to try new things and do a bit more. I'd love to do like one of the really extreme ones that I see some people do. It's like glow up videos are such a guilty pleasure of mine. I love them. I love like when you see the people who do like all the really mad stuff because like I would love to get filler, but I'm scared of it. Like specifically like the what's it called, tear trough, but I'm scared because like what if it goes wrong? And like because as well as that I've seen some people get it and say that it's been like amazing, and other people say that it won't work. I've seen people say that it wouldn't work with like the way mine are or whatever. I don't know, but I've had like little eye baggies since I was like 13 or something, and I feel like it just makes me look like really tired, and I would love to not have that. But yeah, I'm so nervous of things like that. Like I think in theory you can get dissolved, right? But like I don't know, like what if I ended up with like lumps? But yeah, I would love to do like a special one where we do a bit more. I'm not cutting my hair. That's like, because obviously that would be the most obvious extreme change, would just be like lob off all my hair, but like I can't do that. So let me know if you have any other ideas, and if they are within budget, because a bitch is broke after this move. I will see what I can do. Oh god, yeah, I was talking about the stuff that happened. One aspect of the whole thing being super stressful that I'm not going to go into like mad detail on, because like, you know, it is private to some extent, but god, I think it was actually the day that Kuro arrived and it started, and in the space of like a weekend basically, I had one family member that I'm very close with, like grew up very close to, rushed into hospital, into A&E, and was potentially needing emergency surgery, which, you know, whenever you're already at your limit, that's not super amazing news to get. So that was like really scary, and then I think he got out of hospital, then had to go back in. And I think it was literally the day after that I had a different family member die, and a couple of days after that I found out someone who, like, I'm not actually related to, but that was like basically family growing up, has been diagnosed with cancer. So it's just like a lot to all happen at once, and I feel like I still haven't fully processed all of that, just because like everything's been going on. But yeah, so like I had all of that happening, and then it was literally every day from waking up until like collapsing into bed aching that I was moving and packing and sorting and cleaning and moving and the heavy boxes and all the rest, driving so many hours a day up and down to all the different places that I needed to. I did have a moving van for like the big stuff, but like there was just so many rounds of moving like the smaller bits and boxes and stuff. It was just a lot. And so that is why I have been so very absent. And it just really burned me out. So I have been in London now for a couple of weeks, and I've tried to spend as much time of that as possible like relaxing and just trying to recover from like extreme burnout. And that's been nice, because like god, my stamina is not what it used to be before all this started. I've been for a couple of nights out in London while I've been here. I've just like, I used to be able to stay until like 6 o'clock in the morning. I cannot right now. Like I'm struggling to do a full night of clubbing because I am just like so tired and burned out. Like last Saturday there were I think like maybe 3 different events that I was considering going to. I couldn't decide which one, and like if this was like back in like say October, whenever I was like going mad with all the partying, I would have tried to make it to all 3 of those in one day. 100% I would have been like, I can make this work, I'm gonna do all of these, because I was doing like a few parties a day at that point. This time I was like, do you know what, I'm not going out to any of these. I'm having a chill night and having a nice Sunday the next day, which I did. Had a little picnic in Brompton Cemetery. That was lovely. But yeah, I'm going to the box tonight, which is why I'm doing my hair, and that will be very fun. But god, I am still, sorry, London's very loud. I am still just a bit dead, and I imagine it'll take a little while to properly regain that energy, but I am working on it. And I have been like cooking a lot while I've been here, which is very nice, because I do like to cook, and also for like a good few weeks during that move, you know, also like my kitchen was packed up and everything, so I really wasn't eating anything of any nutritional value. Like most of what I was eating was some crap that I could buy at a gas station while driving between places and inhale while driving, so that I could just get straight back to whatever work needed done. But yeah, so it's been nice to be eating like actual vegetables and stuff. I have been filming like little clips and stuff of cooking, because there's a vlog that I want to work on that I've been filming bits for, but like I have a lot of clips for it. I just need some sort of structured framing for it now, so I'm working on that, but I won't say too much until I know what I'm actually doing with that. Also, do you like my t-shirt? I got a bunch of t-shirts recently from a store called Little Scorpion Tees. They just have so many cute designs, and I bought one of them as a birthday present to myself, and then it turned out the owner watches my videos, and then she very kindly like sent me some extra ones, so I've just been living in them because they're so cute. I will put a link to the Instagram down below. It's like, this one's the craft, and I also have Only Lovers Left Alive. I have Queen of the Damned, Crimson Peak, and then some based on like some of like the cemeteries of London and stuff. I have one that says Rock Girl Summer, which is the one I bought for myself. It's very cute. So yeah, just been living in these. But yeah, I feel like my whole life is pretty out of whack after all the chaos of the past couple of months, and I don't really know how to go about starting to put the pieces back in place and fix all the things that are broken right now, and just like I feel like I just have very limited energy and I don't know where to best direct it to start getting life back on track, which is really frustrating. I think it's probably just something that's going to take time, and some things just might not really end up going back to the way I want them to. I don't really know. Yeah, like I said, I don't want to make this video like super whiny or whatever, but yeah, things are just like a bit messed up, and yeah. Oh god, and as well as that, like, because I only just finished getting everything out of the old place and everything, like I basically like moved all of my belongings either into storage or into this new space that I'm living in, like all in their boxes, and then flew to London. So whenever I go home here, like whenever it is I don't know when, whenever I go home. Do you like my cup? Yeah, whenever I go back, like I have so many boxes and stuff to deal with. Even coming here, like I really don't have many outfits with me. Even though my suitcase was like full, I'm like, what did I bring? I don't have, well, that's because I brought multiple pairs of shoes. I think that's the problem. That's the curse. Big golf shoes. They take up the whole suitcase. But yeah, I just don't have a lot of outfits with me because I couldn't really find anything because so much stuff is still packed. So that's going to be a pain in the ass for a while trying to get all that sorted. I really want, though, like whenever I get a bit of energy back after all of this, I want to start working on like more creative looks for like going out clubbing and stuff, just because it's like it's the main opportunity I have to dress like really elaborately. I don't want to take more advantage of that, so I want to like start putting together more like themed looks because I love a good theme. So if I can like sort of figure out how I want to do that, that could potentially be a fun video series. I make zero promises right now because I am just so burnt out and I don't want to promise something and have people like asking when it's coming, because right now I don't know, but it's something I'm going to ponder on. I actually have a big list of content ideas on my Notion that I want to go through whenever I get back from London and start picking some fun bits and start working on like some different stuff. And I'm once again in the trap of trying to not care about videos that will necessarily do well and just do what I want to do. But like, yeah, like doing YouTube as a job, it does just get you in the headspace like everything has to perform well. You can't do anything that's like not going to get views or anything that might make people like unsubscribe because it's not your usual content. But I don't want to be like caught in that, so yeah. But yeah, without going into too much horrendous detail, venting too much, that is the gist of what has been going on for the past couple of weeks, months, whatever it has been. And now it is time to try to slowly get back on track. And like the good news is I'm actually feeling quite like creatively inspired when it comes to content and stuff that I want to make. The bad news is I'm low on energy, and it's incredibly frustrating to have a lot of inspiration but not the energy to execute it. But I will be doing my darn doodliest. I quite would like to get sorted out with a vlogging camera again, because like using my phone has been fine, but it's not ideal. I would like something like a bit better quality and all the rest. Like the phone's mostly convenient, if nothing else. My hair is a bit patchy. I've just kind of been like dyeing it random colors. Because the problem is like I do have that one vlogging camera, but I don't like it. I had my G7X for years, and I actually really liked that. And then it just like stopped working one day. I might just as a last ditch attempt bring it somewhere and see if they can figure it out. But it just stopped turning on with no warning or apparent reason. And like I tried different batteries and stuff in it, and that didn't seem to change things, so I don't know. And then I had that other vlogging camera that I have used for this channel, but I don't like it. For one, its battery life just seems incredibly short. Like it just dies really, really fast, and that's super annoying because I don't have to keep like 60 batteries on me if I want to vlog for a day. And yeah, there's just like different little bits that I don't like as much about it as I did about the G7X. So I've been debating like, do I just get another G7X and start using that? But then like I wasn't expecting them to be still as expensive as they are. I don't know if I had the first one or the Mark II. I think I had the Mark II. The Mark III is like well over $1,000. I'm like, absolutely not for a little vlogging camera. I think I've seen the did I say Mark II or Mark III there? The Mark III is the one that's over $1,000. I've seen the Mark II secondhand for like 600, but that's still like a lot of money. So I might just try to figure out where I can take the one I have. God, if I know where it is. Because I've moved, I don't know where anything is. Like, oh my god, I brought my camera with me to London. Like, I'm recording on my phone right now, but I brought my camera with me to London because I was like, yeah, I'm gonna like get some recording done while I'm here. But of course, I forgot that I haven't been using batteries in that because it's like the Canon. It's like a DSLR one, which like usually takes batteries. But I have this cable that's so handy because again, batteries run out. It's really frustrating. I have this cable that's like, you know, like you plug into the wall, and if the bit that plugs into the camera, it looks like one of the batteries. Like it's been adapted to plug into the battery slot, but it's, you know, you can plug it into the wall, and it's so handy. And I forgot about that, so I brought the camera, get it here, and of course I don't have that cable, and there's no battery in the camera, and I'm like, oh, I'm an idiot. But now I have the horrible fear of like, what did I do with that cable while I was moving? And that has me stressed. And I'm like, oh my god, either like, what if I have done something stupid with it, or what if when I've had a friend over helping me, what if they've like packed it into a random box and it's like somewhere in the storage unit? I don't know how much those cables are to buy if I don't know, but I'm like, oh my god. So that's really stressful. I'll have to like, there's a couple of boxes that it could be in that I'm hoping I've been sensible enough to put it in, because I did have like specific ones that I was like, important stuff in these boxes. But yeah, I just don't know where anything is right now. It's very annoying. It will take a while to untangle the moving mess, but we will get there. But I think for now I'm going to finish my hair, and then I will check back in with you when it's done. I'm just repeating what I did on the other side anyway, if you have been watching intently. So I will see you in a minute. There we go. A full head of crimpy hair. I'm debating like finishing this later when I'm like fully dressed and ready to go, but I don't know if I'm going to be in a rush and I don't want to risk forgetting. But yes, thank you for joining me and watching. I just wanted to give an update because like I think I've said before, if I've been away from YouTube for a while, it feels really weird to just like drop back in with like, here's a glow up with like no explanation as to why I've been missing. And yes, I know people have been wondering like, what's been going on. So yeah, that's a little bit of it. Like I said, I could go much deeper into details and bitch and whine and moan for hours and hours, but that isn't really needed. We're just going to pick ourselves up and move the fuck on. So yes, thank you so much for watching, and all the usual, please like, comment, subscribe, Patreon, and all of that. But we can get into that more whenever I'm fully back on YouTube, which will be soon. I am working on it. Like I said, videos are pretty much all ready to go, so I will be able to pop back in hopefully within the next week or so. Thank you all. I love you so much. Bye.